Good morning, Dragons. I'm Mr. Salerno, and this is Flame, and we want to welcome you to the news of Camelot. Today's Thursday, May 7th, 2020, and Flame, we've been waiting all week for a day like today. Mostly sunny skies, high of 67 degrees, and Flame thought it'd be pretty cool if we told you how long the sun would be out today. So the sun's going to rise a little bit after 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's going to set a little bit after 8 o'clock at night, or 8 p.m. We're going to have 14 hours and 2 minutes of sunlight. How about that? And anytime it's a beautiful day, Flame's going to report out just how long the sun's going to be. So we hope you get out and enjoy today, Dragons. We thought it would be cool to start today's show with some leadership quotes. It is our Positivity Project character trait, and there is one famous leader that fought in a battle back in 1429, and she said, "All battles are first won and lost in the mind." And that was Joan of Arc. Now, Joan of Arc led her French men to a battle in the 100 Years' War and defeated the English, right? Joan of Arc was incredibly famous for her bravery and her leadership. And this book, written by Mark Twain, another famous leader, he said that the really good leaders are ones that are able to make you feel like you too can become great, right? So Mark Twain is considered the father of American literature, Flame, and he said that this is his favorite book that he's ever written because it required a lot of research about Joan of Arc. And Joan of Arc certainly was inspiring. She got people that didn't think that they could defeat the world power of England to actually defeat England and keep their country of France just a little bit safer in the 100 Years' War. So you don't have to be a great general or a famous author in order to be a leader, Dragons. If you have a plan, if you inspire others, if you want to lead by example, then you have these leadership traits. And no matter what you do, think about it. Do my actions speak louder than my words? Now, Mark Twain's words were very loud, but he wrote them. And Joan of Arc's actions were very loud because she was inspiring. So think about it, Dragons. If you can show your leadership traits today and throughout the week, have at it. And that brings us to our friend of Flame. What a fascinating friend of Flame we have to talk about today. We're going to talk about frogs, right? One of Flame's green buddies in the land of the green. But frogs have all these cool facts about them. And first of all, they start as eggs, and when they hatch, they turn into tadpoles. Now watch this, Flame. When they're tadpoles, frogs breathe with gills, like fish. And when they are tadpoles, they only eat plants. They rely on the algae in water in order to eat. They only rely on plant life, right? Now, frogs as a whole life cycle are called life history omnivores. Life history omnivores, because after they turn into tadpoles, they become frogs that look like this, more greenish like Flame. Now, how many types of frogs do you think there are in the world, Flame? You think there are 50 types, maybe 100, 200, or maybe 4,800 types of frogs? 4,800. And you can see the big difference. These types of frogs live more in the United States, while these types of frogs live in rainforests, right? This is called an Amazon tree frog. And no matter what they look like in color, they have a lot of similarities. And their most fascinating trait are their eyes. Now, let's learn a little bit about their eyes, Flame. Ready? Frogs' eyes, they blink, but they never really fully close. They have 3 layers of eyes. And when they use their eyes, they can look forward, they can look to the side, they can look up, all in one motion, okay? They use their eyes when they catch food. They use their eyes when they shut them to push the food down into their throat and into their digestive system. That's incredible. Could you imagine if you used your eyes to eat? They hold on to the food, the meat that they have, in their mouth with their bottom teeth. I didn't even know they had teeth, but their eyes push them down, right? And they have these sticky tongues that they use to get food, but they must be near water at all times. Frogs must be near water, okay? Their skin must be moist. They can breathe through their lungs. They have lungs once they become adults, but they can breathe not only through their lungs, but also through their skin as long as it's moist. A group of frogs, you can see here, is called an army, and they stick together a lot. It doesn't help them defend against predators, though. They're often hunted by things like snakes, or maybe even birds, or some bigger reptiles. But no matter what, when they become adults, they are meat eaters because they eat insects, they might eat snails, they might eat smaller types of fish. There's always this hunting and being hunted cycle that frogs have to go through, right? Now frogs, because they can live on land and they can live in the water, they're called amphibians. And they mostly rely on their tongues to catch their prey, okay? But their eyes are what really make them super fascinating. They can hop, that's cool, and they shoot out their tongue, that's cool, but their eyes do so much. And we might have some trivia for you later that talks about some of the things that make frogs so special, so stay tuned. Dun da da da! It's time for the birthday box. I wonder if we have a special birthday today, Flame. Let's check it out. We do. We have Alexi Flores in Miss Holler's class. Happy birthday, Alexi. We hope that it's a sunshiny day for you. Now, Flame, the postal worker came by our house today and said that they had a special package they couldn't fit in the mailbox. So we had to receive it. We're still going to read the mail, okay? But I want to read to you this special package we received. Dear Flame, my mom and I worked together on this drawing for you. Thank you for making the best YouTube videos. It makes our day better. Your videos make us smile, and I always learn something new. We appreciate you for all your hard work. From Morgan L. in 2nd grade. So Morgan sent us this beautiful letter, right? And it had different pictures of all of her hard work that she's been going through. And she drew this, dragons, and we hope you can see it. Check that out. Look at all that detail. Look at Flame. Look how happy Flame is. Focus. This is, looks like our April 21st show. But so much detail, so much creativity that went into Morgan's drawing. And we couldn't wait to show you. Morgan, this is an outstanding piece, an outstanding showcase of focus, of creativity, and we are so flattered that you thought of us like this. Wow, unbelievable. Flame, look at all these fans that you're inspiring. And Miss Flaherty wrote us a note. Dear Dragons, I want to commend you and your teachers on an outstanding job with distance learning. I have visited several of your virtual rooms, and the thinking and creativity are top notch. As a token of my appreciation, I have a joke for you. All right. Why are A's like flowers? Why are A's like flowers, Flame? Because bees come after them. Because the bees. Enjoy the beautiful day. Love, Miss Flaherty. Well, we know Miss Flaherty loves flowers. So I wonder if that inspired her to tell us that joke. That's pretty cool. Thanks, Miss Flaherty. It's got, not because of the D's. Certainly not the J's. All right. If you want to write us, Dragons, we'd love to hear from you. If you want to showcase your detail and your appreciation, and you want to write Flame the way that Morgan did, we'd love to hear from you. You can write Miss Flaherty, me, or Camelot. Anytime you want, we will accept those letters. You can also hear about our book clubs. We've got more Because of Winn-Dixie and more Roderick Rules. Let us know if you want to read them. We'll put them in the mail. They're yours to keep. Trivia time, Dragons. Trivia time. Now, we don't have 4,000 questions about frogs, but we have 5 good questions, and we hope that you were paying attention when we talked about our friend of Flame. So here we go. Frogs. Frogs are predators, frogs are prey, frogs are both. What do you think frogs are? Frogs are both. And in an interesting way, they're both a lot. I don't know if that makes sense. They're probably eating quite a bit because they use so much energy, but they're probably getting eaten quite a bit because there are a lot of them, and they're like tasty snacks, right? So, both. Frogs. Frogs are herbivores, frogs are carnivores, frogs are omnivores. Now, I don't want to be a hardcore teacher. So if I was in a good mood, I don't know about you, Flame, but I could accept all of these answers. But I'd give you extra points if you told me why you said they were herbivores, carnivores, or omnivores. Now, the right answer is carnivores, because frogs, when they're adults, are called frogs. But if you said herbivores when they're tadpoles, then you would be correct. If you said omnivores because of their whole life cycle, you would be correct, right? Tadpoles, herbivores, adults, carnivores. So I guess they're kind of both. But the right answer is carnivores. That's the most right answer. Fantastic. All right, frogs. Where is the best place for frogs to live? Should frogs live in the forest? Should frogs live in the swamp? Or should frogs live in the mountains? So the best place for them to live would be the swamp, because swamps are marshy, there's a lot of water, they can keep their skin moist. Could they live in a forest? Maybe if they were by a lake. Could they live in the mountains? Possibly if there was a pond, but the best place is a swamp. Good job, Flame. Way to think. What do we call a group of frogs? When frogs get together, what do we call a group of frogs? We call a group of frogs an army. We call a group of frogs a herd. We call a group of frogs a flock. That'd be kind of funny if it was called a flock. It's not a flock. It is called an army. It is called an army, right? So when all the buddies get together, or the relatives, they are called an army. All right, last one. What can frogs do to help them eat their food? What can frogs do to help them eat their food? Frogs blink to help eat their food. Frogs croak to help eat their food. Frogs hop to help eat their food. What do you think, Flame? That's right. You got them all right again. They blink to eat their food. They never get all the way to closing their eyes because they have such interesting eyes, but they blink. And their eyes are actually, we learned this, their eyes are actually open when they sleep. How about that? So they're always on the lookout, either for food or so they don't get eaten. So on behalf of Flame, I'm Mr. Salerno. We hope you have a wonderful Thursday, Dragons. Get outside, enjoy the beautiful weather, and we can't wait to see you tomorrow. Thanks, everyone.